There's another thing that I just want to make clear as well regarding my understanding of God's church and what it means to be in God's church.
Još jednu stvar da razjasnim moje razumijevanje Božje crkve i onoga što znači biti u Božjoj crkvi.
Although we have been dealing with issues related to apostasy within the church,
iako smo se bavili tim stvarima koje se tiču otpada u crkvi,
I want to make it absolutely clear
želim da bude jasno
that this church
da ova crkva
is God's church.
je Božja crkva.
Now, it might be defective, there might be things that are wrong, but it's still God's church.
Možda ona ima mane ili neke stvari koje su krive, ali to je i dalje Božja crkva.
And God called His people to stay in His church.
I Bog je pozvao svoj narod da ostane u crkvi.
We don't have to leave the church, for example, because there are problems.
Ne trebamo ostaviti crkvu zato jer se u njoj nalaze problemi.
The ones who will leave the church will do so of their own accord, and that will happen when the shaking comes.
Oni koji će napustiti crkvu će napustiti po svojoj sopstvenoj volji, a to će se desiti kada se desi.
Regarding the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Ellen White states,
u svezi adventističke crkve, Ellen White kaže
that although it is defective,
da iako ima mane
and it is in need of rebuke and correction,
i u potrebi je za popravkom,
it is still the object of Christ's supreme regard.
Ona je i dalje objekt Kristove primarne skrbi.
She describes it as being the apple of His eye.
Ona to opisuje kao jabučicu njegova oka.
So we want to stay within that object of Christ's regard.
Tako da mi želimo ostati taj objekt u Kristovoj skrbi.
But while we are part of that,
ali dok smo dio toga,
as we have seen in our presentations,
kao što smo vidjeli u našim prezentacijama,
we need to have a voice,
moramo imati glas,
and we need to stand up against apostasy and things that are not true.
Moramo ustati protiv otpada i protiv onih stvari koje nisu istinite.
And by the way, as a Seventh-day Adventist, that is not an option.
I usput kao adventistima to nije opcija.
You can't decide, well, I want to be a Seventh-day Adventist, but I will, if I feel like it, I will speak out against error.
Ne možete reći, ja želim biti adventist 7. dana, ali ako budem želio, govorit ću da je to greška.
It is a commission, it is a command that God gives to everybody who is part of this denomination.
To je zapovjed koju Bog daje svakome ko je dio ove denominacije.
You are no less in the eyes of God than somebody in a seat of higher authority.
Vi niste ništa manji u Božjim očima od nekoga koji je na vlasti.
Ellen White said that the Seventh-day Adventist Church does not need popes.
Ellen White je rekla da crkva adventista 7. dana ne treba papu.
That the Seventh-day Adventist Church does not need people to rule over the church.
Da ona ne treba ljude koji će vladati nad crkvom.
We are all equal in God's eyes.
Mi smo svi jednaki u Božjim očima.
And everybody, no matter what their position is,
i svatko bez obzira koja je njihova pozicija,
needs to be tested according to the word of God.
Treba biti testiran prema Božjoj riječi.
And if it is not in accordance with God's word,
a ako nije u skladu sa Božjom riječi,
if it is not supported by the prophetic message God has given us,
ako nije podržan od proročke poruke koju nam je Bog dao,
through the writings of Ellen White,
kroz spis Ellen White,
then it needs to be spoken about.
Onda se mora o tome govoriti.
And that's where our voice is needed.
I to je trenutak kada je potreban naš glas.
Of course, I might also say with the right attitude as well.
Naravno, mogu to reći i sa pravim stavom.
Because sometimes we can have the wrong attitude when we speak against things.
Ponekad možemo imati i taj krivi stav kada govorimo protiv nekih stvari.